Clemson, Auburn, Oklahoma, Wisconsin. Those are your top four. Alabama was booted down to fifth after losing. Georgia, Miami, Ohio State are 6, 7, 8, with the committee saying very little separates them from Bama at 5. Auburn is the first team in the 4-year history of this thing to be ranked in the top 4 with 2 losses. So let's cut to the chase, Frank. Do you expect this top 4, to hold up and be the top 4 this time next week?
No, I don't. And history says it won't be. And I feel badly for Auburn because they beat Georgia. They've beaten Alabama. But think about what they've done. You win this great game on Saturday. Now you have to turn around a week later, and you have to beat Georgia for the second time. And Auburn is banged up. I see them falling out. Georgia moves in.
They shouldn't have lost 2 in the regular season.
I understand
I mean,
that. But they do think about those 2 wins, though. Georgia and Alabama. And I think what's going to happen is Ohio State is going to beat Wisconsin. And Ohio State's going to scream from the mountaintop, we deserve to be in there. Yeah. And Nick Saban's going to say, guess what? You didn't play in the Big Ten championship game last year, and you got in. We're getting in this year. I think it's going to be Alabama, and I think Georgia will both be in.
My question, though, is if Clemson loses to Miami,
do they stay in the top 4?
Yeah, and we better not have 2 ACC teams. I realize it's sort of top-heavy, but I don't want 2 ACC teams. The conference ain't good enough.
Does the committee show respect to a defending champion? But they did lose at Syracuse on a Friday night when no one was paying attention.
In past years, I have said yes as an answer to that question. I think we're going to have 2 or 3 of those teams lose. Suppose Oklahoma loses to TCU. We're talking about
then
teams
Alabama
playing themselves out, right? I mean, so yeah, but then Wisconsin and Clemson could win, and then what happens? So I think I'm rooting so hard for Wisconsin because I think they've been wronged by the committee for most of the voting year. But I think they're going to lose to Ohio State.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At least Wisconsin now can play themselves into it. Alabama is just like Ohio State last year. Fine. You get to sit at home and rest while everyone else is knocking themselves out to get in.
That could help you if you get into the 4.
They're at 5. They're going to get in there somehow. If there's one loss, they're going to get in there.
So in other words, there's no way all 4 of those teams can win, in your opinion.
No. It's not going to. It's too tough for Auburn, and they've been great, but it's a tough turnaround.